Now, for me, that pulls on my heartstrings because I think everyone deserves that coming out moment with your loved one, with your friends. Hi everyone, my name is Michael Gunnin and I wanted to wish you all a very happy Pride this year. Today I'm going to be reading you a monologue from one of my favourite books and movies called Call Me By Your Name. I am a sucker for a love story, and this story basically follows the journey of two young men to self-discovery, finding themselves and ultimately falling in love, and it is beautiful. Now, when I think about my coming out journey and my coming out story, I feel so lucky and blessed to have so much support and encouragement, and I also know that many people don't get that. So if this is your first Pride, if this is the first time of your self-discovery, please remember that there is always people that you can go to open up to get that support from, because that support is so, so important. Now, I do love a happy ending, and I'm not going to give too much away at the end of this book, but this book doesn't have the happiest of endings that I would have liked. But I think in every journey, in every story, in every book, there is always positives to be taken. And this monologue that I'm going to read is between a father and a son, and his father tells his son that he knows that he's gay and that he supports him. And it is really, really beautiful. So I hope you feel just as inspired as I do when I read this book. He was about to tap his cigarette, and leaning into the ashtray, he reached out and touched my hand. Just remember, I am here. Right now, you may not want to feel anything. Perhaps you never wished to feel anything. And perhaps it's not to me that you wish to speak to about these things. But feel something you obviously did. I looked at him. This was the moment when I should lie and tell him he was totally off course. I was about to when he interrupted me. Look, you had a beautiful friendship, maybe more than a friendship, and I envy you. In my place, most parents would only hope that the whole thing goes away and that their sons land on their feet. But I'm not such a parent. In your place, if there is pain, nurse it. If there is a flame, don't snuff it out, don't be brutal with it. We often rip out so much of ourselves to be cured of things faster that we go bankrupt by the age of 30 and have less to offer each time we start off with someone new. But to make yourself feel nothing, as to not feel anything, what a waste. How you live your life is your business, son. Just remember, our hearts and bodies are given to us only once. Most of us can't help but live as if we've got two lives to live. One is the mock-up, while the other is the finished version, and there are so many different versions in between. But really, there is only one, and before you know it, your heart is worn out. And as for your body, there comes a point when no one wants to look at it, much less wants to come near it. Right now, there is sorrow. I don't envy your pain. I only envy you, your pain. I wanted to ask him how he knew. But then, how could he have not known? How could anyone have not known? Does mother know? I asked. I was going to say suspect, but I corrected myself. I don't think she does, he said, but his voice really meant, but even if she did, I'm sure her attitude would be no different to mine. Now, for me, that pulls on my heartstrings because I think everyone deserves that coming out moment with your loved one, with your friends. So this Pride, celebrate, be proud of who you are, and just make sure that you're surrounded with people that love you. Happy Pride.